we take a holistic look at the agri sector from the Sona Group of Industries, one of Nigeria's leading conglomerates perspective. The chairman, Ajamit Sendani, and the chief operating officer, Mr. Ashok, speaks. Plus, highlights from the recently held Construction Industry Hall of Fame in Nigeria. A very important look at the event and emerging information from that event. And Inside Business, Africa's business news and report across Africa also look at India Cultural Day held in Lagos. This is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Hello, a very good day to you and thanks for joining us. My name is Kenneth Odushola Stevenson and this is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. We seem to be having a very important package for today, especially that we're going to be talking about the agricultural sector from the perspective of one of Nigeria's conglomerates. This organization has been on for over 40 years and doing Nigeria proud, most importantly in the FMCG and other areas of the business. Also, don't forget, later on we'll be talking about the Nigeria's Construction Industry Hall of Fame. All this will come right after this commercial break. Stay with Inside Business. We'll be right back.
Economic Summit was eye-opener. First of all, they talked about 2050. They're planning. 2050 is a long way to go. Government policy has to be constant. Not one government comes, another government comes, and then you have a change of derailing a policy. It is 30 years project. It's not one day project. I'm glad that they talked about 2050. Now, if you plan 2050, what I heard, population will be 410 million. You have a problem in facing, serious problem. Your economic resources does not allow that population. So you need to first increase the policy, where you have to curb the population. If you do not curb the population, you will find it extraordinary, more and more difficulties.
Welcome back. It's still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. Most importantly, like you may have heard on the highlight, we said we're going to be talking a very important sector, that is about the agri sector. But this time it's going to be from the perspectives of a Sona Group of Industries. This is a very important organization that has put in over 40 years in Nigeria, operating in several sectors of the economy, from real estate, manufacturing to other sectors of the economy. But importantly, today we are going to be talking about the agri sector. And they have come up with so many innovative products and so many initiatives to actually feed Nigeria with agri supplement. Most importantly, the chairman is going to be speaking on this important report, which is also going to incorporate conversation from the chief operating officer, Mr. Ashok. Take a listen. Agriculture remains one of the important drivers of the Nigerian economy and employs about 60% of the nation's human capital, including many rural women, and contributes up to 35% of the country's GDP. As in many African countries, agriculture in Nigeria is largely focused on food crops for domestic market, given Nigerian population estimated at about 200 million people. Agro-allied companies play a critical role in ensuring local capacity is increased to match the required growth of the sector.
There are a number of still items that they are coming, and there is no reason. There is enough capacity. No, if you give higher duty, people like us will say, okay, we have XYZ machinery, let's double up. Yes. Bank of Industry will help us, they will give us. Some banks will help us, they will give us. Increase the production internally. But if you still keep on importing, there's no end. Okay, yes, quality should be good. Yes, I'm not saying competition should be not be there. Competition should be there. But competition has certain value. If they are discounted, if the governments are subsidizing agriculture outside, whereas there is no subsidy here, we're not looking subsidy, then we need parity. We should have a fair deal. That we do some manufacturing and we should be able to sell the market. Okay? We are exporting, but there are difficulties. Export also, the difficulties are there, the port and so on and so forth. There are so many agencies, and sometimes the payment is 90 days. By the time you send a container from here, it takes 60 days. I can't get my money in 30 days. It's not possible. So, but we are still trying. And I hope sincerely that the government will take care of those areas. And look at the cost. Cost must come down. If you don't bring the cost down, the sustainability will never occur. You cannot grow the export market. Export market has to grow. And that is also based on agricultural food. Yes, you make 100% here. People are taking cashew. People should do process of cashew here. People should do cocoa process here. We put up a chocolate factory to use 100% cocoa. We are making chocolates. These are initiatives will help us to even help the farmers to process, to continue, to get the value of your product. You have a gold. You send the raw gold. Process the gold. It's yours. You will earn more money. It's yours. You need to take care.
In spite of the reality and importance of the agri sector to the economy and the people, Nigeria remains a net importer of food. One of the leading companies in Nigeria which embrace and promote Made in Nigeria and the products is Sona Group of Industries Limited. The group chairman of the company, Mr. Ajam Lichendani, speaks on the position of the company while emphasizing its importance and the role of the group and the subsidiaries.
Today, when you talk about local raw material and when you manufacture their quality product, then you need a good packing. You need a presentation. People will not eat the biscuit if your presentation is not good. People will not eat something local which your presentation is not good. You have to have a good presentation. For us to do that, including export, we must ensure that we have a latest technology. All multinationals, we work with Unilever, we work with so many big top companies, I don't want to mention names, but we are doing a lot for them. My business, 90% of business is coming from multinational, and we work with them. Yes. What do they demand? Quality, standards, ethics. There are a number of things they want internationally to be compliant in Nigeria. And those are only can happen when you have latest technology, sir. You cannot do without that. You bring a German technology. It costs you 5 times more machine, 4 times more machine than China. Yes. No, it's up to you to see where the future of Nigeria lies. What is sustainability in the long term? Not that the machine will stop after 2 years or 3 years and you don't get a spare part. You get the service. You pay for it. You go to the good quality restaurant, you have to pay for it. And this is what I think new innovation, new policies are helping. All multinationals today are looking international brand to bring in.
Innovation drives success, especially given the constant advancement in technology and in the agri sector. Mr. Lichendani explains why the company is focused on the new innovation and the new area which is expected to drive growth of the company and the sector, while advising the federal government on the need to deliver innovative policies that will affect the industry positively and contribute to the growth trajectory of the economy.
We are looking more and more deeper. There is no industry which we are now investing which does not have 100% local raw material, except packaging. We are now doing cartons. 90% of the raw material we get locally from industry. So we look at it, any industry, and if there is no raw material, I'm not interested. I'm not going to depend only on foreign exchange and stand up in the queue when the foreign exchange is not there, when the oil is not there, or when gas is not there, something is not there, that we get handicapped. That industry does not sustain long term. So we are only considering those areas. However, for us to do that, Yes, we have also to begin with agriculture.
Yes.
That is what we are doing. We are beginning with agriculture and we are doing plastic. We are doing plastic manufacturing. We are doing so-called reprocessing, local. All the garbage. We're doing thousands of tons. Now we are working with PET. There's so much PET in the market, in the gutter and so on. Now we are working with PET. We have a new plant coming in, 2 ton per hour processing. I can reuse 100%. Today, some of the plastic I'm using 100%. And we are making something that can help in the future. We are worried about environment. The same environment you live in, same environment that will create health for you, for Nigerians. You have to worry about that. You live in the same atmosphere. So I think the government should make some more regulation on second-hand vehicles, on gas, on looking at, because if you go on the road, even if you are air conditioned, you see how much pollution you are taking. That does not help health of Nigerians in the long term. And we will see more and more health problem for them. Lifespan will come down. And that is not good for Nigeria. Human being is very, very powerful and very useful. So one has to be taking care of his health. And this is necessary. You don't want to be on the road, you are 3 hours and you're inhaling all the CO2, carbon dioxide gas, which does not help you. Your lungs will give away. You need oxygen to survive in the long run.
The chairman speaks further on the recently held 2019 World Food Day celebration and the position of Sona Group of Industries and offers supportive advice to the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Alhaji Mohammed Sabo Nanono.
The most important thing is to create enabling condition for the local farmers to produce and for the foreign investors and the big investors also to come into the agricultural sector. That is our take. I think my next target is to look at these agricultural commodities that really we can domesticate. We do not need to import. And let us push for the banning of these items so that we can, because I realize that Nigerians like sanction. Once they are sanctioned, believe me, they work more and they produce more. And I think we are going to take into consideration some of these items, food items that are imported into this country that are not needed will be taken off the table.
If the government thinks the smuggling is coming more and more, they can restrict. They can put some more agencies to look at it. It's the other way around. Neighboring country, when you have neighboring countries, Nigeria is a big manufacturing giant. So Nigerian product go to those countries and it's going through the border because they will come, they'll buy and they'll take it. For instance, I can tell you, you go to Cotonou market or biscuits, Sona biscuits are there. And I find out and ask people, they say, but Sona biscuits are there. I don't know who took it, but somebody took it from here. Similarly, there are a number of other products. We see our crates, we see our number of other plastic items which we are selling. They end up there. You send to Kano, you send to North, you see it end up in Niger, end up in Burkina Faso, end up there. Because Nigeria is a giant. Neighboring countries do not have other big industries. So Nigerian products compared to what they buy, a lot cheaper. So it's economical angle. Yes. If I can get cheaper, I will buy cheaper and export it. Yes. That is what is happening. So yes, there are minus and plus. Does it help industry? Yes, it will help industry to get some of the things. Does it help to bring smuggle? I don't believe so. That is not helping. That's definitely not bring. That will only cripple further industry. So government has to weigh both the things and then take decision. I can't take a decision on that.
In his contributions, the Group Chief Operating Officer of the company, Mr. Ashok Maknani, speaks on the new innovation and the areas Sona Group of Industries developing in the sector, especially on the acquisition of land and equipment for cassava processing and the group's achievement in the areas of agriculture and the economy.
You know, now as the government is diversifying from oil to industry and agriculture, and now as everybody knows, the Nigerian land is very fertile. Whatever you want to grow, it grows very fast. And what we are doing, we are bringing the hybrid seeds from India. Like we are putting up a coconut there, 100,000 coconut per day. And we already booked the coconut, and the small coconut seeds are coming, and we'll put up the hybrid coconut. So our refinery is coming up in Ota, where we put a coconut refinery. We are putting up soya oil refinery. We are putting up palm oil refinery. So, and we are also venturing into agriculture, cultivation of cassava. The cassava we need for our malting plant. And we also, as you know, we have commissioned our ethanol refinery, and we are expanding it to the primary distillation, where we can make that ethanol from cassava and sorghum, both, sorghum and cassava both. So we are putting sorghum we are buying from the north. Currently we are buying 40,000 tons per annum, and which we are buying from the farmers in the north. And this year we'll buy more. Next coming season, which will start from December onward. So cassava also we are planting. The Ogun State government has given us land. And we are tying up with a cooperative society where the CBN has given the anchor borrow scheme, where they will loan to the cooperative society, and cooperative society will start cultivation and cassava there. So all this is in process. Once we have all the physical land from Ogun State, we already got the papers, we have paid all the necessary charges. So let's hope we will start very soon.
The India High Commission in Abuja, in collaboration with the Nigerian Postal Service, last week in Abuja released a commemorative stamp to honor Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birthday anniversary. India High Commissioner to Nigeria, Sri Thakur, said the release of the stamp was a fitting tribute to honor Gandhi and the long-standing friendship between India and Nigeria. According to him, the release of the commemorative stamp in the honor of Gandhi was a significant moment in Indian history and the India-Nigeria partnership, including the field of capacity building and many other endeavors. Some Indian nationals in Nigeria speaks on the 150th birthday of Mahatma Gandhi.
We are celebrating 150th birthday of our father of the nation, father of the world, yes. Mahatma Gandhi. And he basically insisted on two, Satyagraha and Sarvodaya. He said Satyagraha is a Sanskrit word, is a Sanskrit language. The Satyagraha is derived from Sanskrit language. Satya means truth. Agra means insistence on getting something, non-violently. So Satyagraha means getting something non-violently. And you can see that Satyagraha, it shaped the movement, freedom movement of South Africa also, Nelson Mandela. And then it shaped the movement by Martin Luther King too during US civil unrest. So their movements are also based on Satyagraha. And anyone who is following Satyagraha is called Satyagrahi. Now, Mahatma Gandhi said that Satyagraha doesn't mean that we are coward. That you are not fighting doesn't mean that we are coward. But we want our right with non-violence. But there are so many ways you can get your rights without fighting, but you can insist what you want, and you can non-cooperation movement also. That also Mahatma is a non-cooperation movement, where you don't import, don't cooperate with the government, but you remain calm. And if even Gandhi has said, if somebody slap you on one cheek, you put another cheek and get slapped on another one. But don't fight, don't react. So if you stay calm, then definitely you will get what you want. Now, Bapu means is a father, that you know, but his journey for Mahatma started from one place called Champaran in Bihar state of India. The British government made a rule that all the farmers, they should stop 100% of the cotton, their products, and they should produce one special called indigo blue dye, which had no value, and they should produce that much. And if they don't produce, they put heavy penalties on this. So people started complaining that we are not getting enough our compensation to survive. So the matter reached to Mahatma Gandhi. It was not Mahatma, the matter reached to Gandhi. So he went to Champaran. So when he reached Champaran, on the way to Champaran, he got a notice from the British government that you should not enter Champaran's place. But he entered. When he entered, so they asked him to appear in the court. They put a case against him. So the case, the judge gave him two options. He said either you leave Champaran immediately and we dismiss all the cases, or the case will continue, then whatever the law decides, you get. Mahatma Gandhi said, look, I'm not fighting for myself, I'm fighting for my people. I believe in Sarvodaya, means upliftment of all. I want everybody to rise, everybody to grow for everyone.
Well, congratulations to Sona Group of Industries, and don't forget they will be participating at the coming Lagos International Trade Fair, and Inside Business Africa will be on ground to actually share the moment with Sona Group of Industries. When we come back, right after this commercial break, we'll talk about the event that shook the construction industry recently, the Nigeria's Construction Industry Hall of Fame. Stay with Inside Business. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. This event shook the construction industry recently. The